What up guys, welcome to angelasavalon's YouTube channel. I'm Angela. Subscribe, hit the like button and leave your comment and feedback down below. And tonight or today, wherever it is that you're watching this video, we are going to talk about Mercury in the 12th house, part 2. I also have a Mercury in the 12th house video on my channel already, so go watch that first. Okay, I'm gonna title the previous one part 1 and this one part 2, so go watch that one first. Yeah. Oh, unless you're very seasoned in astrology and it wouldn't, then you can watch this one first. I guess it wouldn't matter, the order wouldn't matter too much. But anyways, so with all that being said, Mercury in the 12th house, natal chart, right? It's natal chart, by the way, not synastry, natal chart, or in the individual birth chart. So yeah, Mercury in the 12th house, natal chart part 2. Okay, so Mercury, what is Mercury? Mercury is the planet of speech, of communication, or way of thinking, or way of communicating, talking, writing, right? Our logical mind. So when Mercury is in the 12th house, the house that is ruled by Neptune, the planet Neptune, and Pisces. Pisces is a water sign that is ruled, a mutable water sign that is ruled by the planet Neptune, called somewhat watery planet, right? The planet of illusion, fantasy, deceiveness, right? Glamour, okay? Neptune rules glamour. That's why Neptune and Venus go together very well, because they both rule beauty, okay? There's a lot of beauty to Neptune. So what happens when Mercury is here in the 12th house of Neptune and Pisces? Well, I want to say it is, although it is the house of Pisces, the signs and the houses are different from each other. Okay, the signs and the houses do differ from each other. But I just wanted to declare it in my video. I don't think I always declare this. Maybe I should make a separate video about like the difference between the signs and the houses. But yeah, whatever. So with all that being said, yeah, so what happens when Mercury is in the 12th house of Pisces and Neptune? So when Mercury is in the 12th house, it makes for a very, 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 just saw a light flicker. Yeah, so it makes for a very, very, very isolated individual, okay? Because what you gotta realize is that, the 12th house is the house of hospitals, sanctuaries, retreats, asylums, right? It's a very isolating house. So when Mercury is here in the 12th house, it makes for a very isolated individual. Now, when I say isolated, I mean that these individuals thrive in isolation like no other. This makes for a very, very, very creative individual, very gifted individual. Okay, because it's the mind here in the 12th house of messages from spirits, of spiritual gifts, of the grand gift for writing. Okay, this is probably the best, the most ideal placement for a writer. Okay, Ernest Hemingway had this placement. Okay, and many others as well. Because when Mercury is here in the 12th house with the influence of the planet Neptune, it brings for a very gifted individual, very gifted at writing, as well as spiritually gifted. It's a very godly placement for Mercury, okay? So these individuals are prone to get messages from spirits. Okay, by the way, if I haven't mentioned this in this video, I am a Mercury in the 12th house individual, and this placement is a placement that brings a person, a human of flesh and blood, the portals of getting messages from spirits, whether it is when they are awake or when they are asleep, through their dreams, prophetic dreams. You know, Mercury in the 12th house, if you have this placement, you might want to write down your dreams, okay? You might want to write down your dreams, okay? Either in a dream journal or just, you know, in any journal, you know, just get a notebook, write down your dreams, because they are of important messages, okay? Your dreams might actually be very crucial, you know? Write the date you got the dream with the dreams, right? You got the dream and the date, more or less, when you received the dream. But the dreams are only one way that the spirits will it's only the dreams are only one method that the spirits use to get the messages to the Mercury in the 12th house individual. Okay, many times you can be awake. Okay, so it can manifest itself to hearing maybe voices, seeing things, you know, seeing all kinds of images, you know. Be careful of mental paralysis with this placement. It makes for a lot of confusion because it's a lot of nervous energy, you know, with these messages from the spirits and the fantasies, and this all together mashed up in your brain. It makes for a lot of mental paralysis as well as confusion. Because that's why this placement, these people need a lot of recharging, a lot of alone time and a lot of sleep. Get yourself some rest and alone time. When you don't have any people around, when you can't hear them, can't see them, no nothing. Okay? Just find a way to get solitude with this placement, because that's how you recharge. It's not only how you try, but it's also how you recharge the best. They really pretty much the only way also. But yeah, so back to the messages from the spirits, it can manifest itself through dreams, voices, noises. It can be through, like I said, imagery, or many times you will just feel it. It'll be like a gut feeling. You feel it. That's why this message, that's why this placement is also when the universe or God, you know, whichever you believe in, when these heavenly creatures, they send you messages or signs, you know when you get them. That's why that's why this is the placement that when you ask for a sign, you get it, because they have a gift for you with Mercury in the 12th house. But like many other astrologers, I do treat this placement like a gift and a curse, because although it has a lot of gifts, the curse side of this placement is there's a lot of mental discomfort here, okay? Mental discomfort, even there can be neurological problems. There can be, bipolar, ADHD, neurological problems, a lot of restlessness, mania, being neurotic, also associated with this placement, nervousness and anxiety, sleep paralysis, insomnia, hearing problems, okay? That hearing problem is a thing here with Mercury in the 12th house. You might not even be half deaf, but still, it's almost like you can't hear people correctly, or you can hear things correctly. You know those auditory neurological disorder things, you know? This is Mercury in the 12th house. Also being on the spectrum might also be related to that. Like I said, not all people are gonna have obviously all of this or any of this, you know, it can be a combo. Some people are gonna have this, some people are gonna have that. It really depends. But I'm just mentioning all the possibilities of all of the mental health problems that come with this placement, and the neurological problems that might come with this placement, okay? And the physical ones, like I said, hearing problem. Okay, so yeah, spectrum, the hearing problem as well. Moving on, also seeing spots. Okay, you might see spots. This is something I have. I tend to see spots sometimes, either when I'm stressed or I haven't slept enough. I tend to, especially like, I don't know, either when I'm staring at a wall or when I'm taking a shower, I would see like spots, like pink spots. It can be dark spots. but like that, not the ones that make you go blind for a second, not those ones. It's not like I don't see everything, you know. I don't get like momentarily blind. That's not one of those that I'm talking about. Although those also could be with the Mercury in the 12th house. I'm talking about the spots. Okay, so if you have this placement and you tend to see spots, this is where it comes from. And of course, okay, don't think away. You know, don't just take it with astrology, and because if it happens very frequently, like on a daily basis or multiple times a week, and you do sleep enough and you do everything right and it happens anyways, go see a doctor. Okay, don't just take what I say in this video and don't do anything. Take what I say in this video and go to a doctor. Okay, if it happens a lot, do it immediately because it can indicate some sort of a disease, a neurological disease you might have. So another thing with this placement is it's a lot of the mental battery here it drains very quickly, and it's almost like not only that it drains very quickly, many times the people with this placement will attract situations with people that just want to dump their information on them. Actually, guys, I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna have the house empty, so I'll try to wrap up this video, try to make it go quick, because I really want to finish this video. Well, anyways, I don't know. I saw a horror movie yesterday and I'm getting kind of paranoid. But anyways, just watching out the window. That's also Mercury in the 12th house, you guys. By the way, this was a sign for me to mention here in this video. Mercury in the 12th house, you might have the ability to see ghosts, spirits, like literally, like things might fly in the air. I'm telling you, this is something that also happened to me. Paranormal activity, I experienced this, you guys. With ghosts, I experienced this, you guys. And I have Mercury in the 12th house, so please do not play with Ouija boards. Do not provoke the spirits. Don't do all these kinds of things. Don't do tarot. Don't do it. If you're participating in tarot reading, black magic, witchcraft, stop doing this right now. I'm telling you, this is your sign to stop doing that. I'm telling you from experience. You might want to listen to me, guys. Listen to my advice here. Listening to me is gonna be wise, because I'm speaking from actual experience. Those things, because these spirits and the ghosts came to me when I was not asking for it. I was not participating in all this Ouija board tarot reading, and they came to me anyways. So maybe they come to you too, especially if you're participating in all those things that I just mentioned. In other words, you invite them to you. You invite them to latch on to you, to latch on to you to your space, to your living space. But anyways, so be careful with that, and again, Mercury in the 12th house, you have the gift. Like I said, you have prophetic dreams. So whatever you want to know about the future, you'll know about it anyways. Whatever you need to know about the future, you'll know about it, okay? Don't not practice divination, especially with this, because spirits already know how to reach to you. They know you have this, they know you have this power of the 12th house here with Mercury. So they know how to reach you anyway. So you don't call them. They'll come to you anyways, okay? They come to you when they need to, okay? So but like I said, with all that being said, the gift with writing, with Mercury in the 12th house. Now, I am a writer. I'm a poet, right? I'm a screenwriter. And me, like I'm sure others too, with Mercury in the 12th house, I receive the visions from the spirits, the characters that I've written about, right? The characters, the scenery, the vision, right? All of these come from the visions from the spirits, okay? All of this comes from the visions, okay? This is how Mercury in the 12th house operates. This is why these people are the best at writing, because the ideas and characters and scenes, scenery, the ideas for all of this that they get comes from the visions, from this divine intervention that expresses itself through the visions to the individual with Mercury in the 12th house. It's like literally comes from like the spirits from above, right to your to the conscious of the Mercury in the 12th house. That's why these people, literally, if you're Mercury in the 12th house, not only that your visions might come to you the best during the night time, okay, because this is a night team placement, okay, just like with the 8th house, the 12th house has it in common. You're a night owl. Not only that you're a night owl, but your mind operates the best at night, meaning creatively too. When you write material, music, anyways, it can be books, music, when you write either your book, your script, your music, sheet material, you know, your music material, right? When you write your book, your music material, your script, your painting, when you paint, either any one of those things, you know that you get the visions not only the best during the night, but you get them also to either going outside or looking outside of your window and looking up. It's almost like to looking at the stars or looking. This is the people that when they look, because they have such a connection to the spirits above, when you look either at the night sky or during the water, because they operate the best to water, 12th house, or during the water, especially when it's at night time and you're close to the waters and you look up at the sky, that's when the visions come to you to paint, to write, okay, to compose music, any one of those things that I just mentioned, any one of those creative outlets, the visions and ideas will come up to you during that time, during that scenery that I just mentioned. It doesn't even have to include water, but it will come to you even better if it includes water. If you're close to somewhere with the water, like a lake, a beach, and it's nighttime, you see the moon, and it just comes to you. It just comes to you. This placement is like it's like your mind operates like Pinterest, you know? It's like those images just come to you, you know? Come to you one after another. If you're Mercury in the 12th house, you know damn well what I'm talking about in this video, okay? And you might even want to trigger the visions, okay? Many times you might want to trigger the visions, you know, because you might get frustrated when you don't have a muse. You might, you know, use either music or the nighttime or being by the water to trigger the visions to come to you. But don't force it. They will come to you anyways. Trust me, I have this. Don't force it. I already learned not to force it because it will come to me. When you least expect it, boom, they come to you like this, like divine intervention. I'm telling you guys. Don't worry, you're good. Don't worry. Don't worry about the muse. Don't worry about... It's already done, okay? It's already done. It's coming to you. So needless to say, it's a very, you know, pretty good placement for manifesting, because this is the spirit, this is the like I said, it is the godly placement. You're connected to the gods in this placement like no other. No other placement is connected to the gods like this placement. You would think Mercury in the 8th, right? Because they're connected to the spirit. And yeah, no, the spirits that the 8th house Mercury is connected to, those are the spirits that are associated with everything that has to do with death and Pluto, Plutonic themes. The 12th house is where the purity is at, the pure spirits, okay? The 8th house is the darkness. That's why those people might write great Murder mysteries, Mercury in the 8th house, which I actually already made a video about, but I had trouble uploading it. Maybe I'll make a new one, whatever. But, Mercury in the 12th house, it's like a more evolved, it's a version, it's like more evolved. If you think Mercury, I'm just mentioning the Mercury in the 8th house, because of those of you who know, I'm not denying it. Mercury in the 8th house, great, you're gonna be really spiritually gifted. But Mercury in the 12th house, not only are you spiritually gifted, are these people spiritually gifted, they have the portals, because this is the placement that all the portals and the ocean, everything is open for them to receive. That's why many times even the gifts that they possessed, even the creative gifts that they possess, the artistic gifts here, the artistic eye, the artistic mind, whether it's, whether they're painters, writers, composers, singers, songwriters, they might feel like the chosen one, because many times they are the chosen one, because like I said, they get the visions from above. Their visions are divine intervention. So many times, even though they know that they're the ones creating, and it's their mind, they're creating, right? They might feel many times like they're the chosen ones, like God chose them, like the universe chose them, the heavenly bodies and creatures chose them. You know what I mean? This is what I mean by godly. Those people might feel like God's favorite. And this is the blessing of this placement. But of course, every placement, well, I want to say the placements that are the most godly are the ones that are going to come with some sort of a course, which I already mentioned, right? Because after all, it's the mind here, you can't have all these gifts without having the downside of the placement, right, if you will. And it kind of even it makes sense. Because think about this, it's a lot of nervous energy. There's only so much the human brain can handle. So no wonder they have all these other after effects, it's like they're naturally, whatever you get from LSD, when people see visions and stuff, those people already see it naturally. Which is the last thing I'm going to say in this video. This is the placement that you might want to step away from drugs, because you're already one foot in the physical realm and the other one is the spiritual realm. So be careful. Do not do any drugs. Do not even the light drugs. Do not do them light drugs, strong, heavy drugs. Do not do any sorts of drugs. Do not smoke anything. And drink as little liquor as possible, okay? Do not get drunk every other day, because this is not good for you. It's not good for you. And you're probably one of these people, Mercury in the 12th house people, that when they do drugs, they might actually have a bad trip, not a good one. Because the good trips happen when they are sober, when they're on the high vibration. That's why they're the kinds of people to get bad trips, okay? They might take LSD or they might take something, I hope I can say it on YouTube or whatever. They might take a party trick, Molly, whatever, right? And they can actually have a bad trip, I know this poor individual, he has Mercury in Pisces and he gets bad trips, and think about it. Mercury in Pisces is not, they have the spiritual gifts, but it's not nearly on the level of the 12th house, because everywhere the houses fall, it's like on a bigger level. You know what I mean? But even then, same goes for Mercury in Pisces and the conjunction between Mercury and Neptune. Do not do drugs, because you will not like it. You don't even want to do it. You might not even want to do it unless you get addicted, and then you just don't. Because this is the placement that might make someone tempted to get into an addiction, because they're so eager to escape, because they cannot stand the 2D realm. But I'm saying don't do it, because you already have a gift of escaping to your own mind, you have that gift already. Well, anyways, I know this. I know that I said it's the last thing that I'm gonna mention, but I actually have another thing that I want to mention, and then I'm gonna wrap up the video. Okay, so these people, because they're so prone to escaping, they might really, really go through phases when they live through movies and TV shows. Because many times they are put in circumstances that living, not only in the 2D, but like existing in the 2D, but it's not only because it's the 2D, but because their life circumstances makes existing very hard for them. They might go through phases of depression, very prone with Mercury in the 12th house. So they might have phases when they live through the characters of movies, TV shows. They escape through music. They daydream. It's a very daydreamy placement, That's the one element that I want to add that I forgot to mention because I was mentioning all the things. But anyways, yeah. And so they might be like escapists, escape addicts, addicting to escape. But really, many times it's because life is so unbearable for them. This is the placement that can make someone many times feel, like I said, they're gonna have ups and downs, right? But on the worst days, on the best days, they feel like life is paradise. Even they can feel the freedom of life and the beauty of life. But on the worst days, on the worst stages in life, they can feel so done with it. So they can find life so unbearable, literally, that they have no choice but to use whatever method they have, whether it's movies, TV shows, music, to escape from life. And that's even like that's on the better side, right? Because it can also be substance abuse they can use to escape. It can be a combination of all the things I mentioned. But yeah, yeah, and also their daydreams. It's not only that the daydreams is a way of them. Is a way for them to create, because many of the things they daydream about, they also might, paint, write, because this is the placement that you will use your daydreaming to create many times. But either it's to writing, painting, composing, right, drawing. But this is also the placement that can, these people might have like some sort of an attachment to their fantasies. Like daydreaming, fantasizing can be like a favorite it can have like it can be one of their biggest comforts, it's not just they're prone to a lot of fantasizing, but many times this is what saves them, this maladaptive daydreaming, if you're familiar with that. If not, look this up. This is Mercury in the 12th house also as well, So yeah, it can be, many times, and that's what I'm saying, just like the dreams, write down your dreams, but also write down your fantasies, use your fantasies in your art, because you are creative. It's very hard to find a Mercury in the 12th house that is not some way that is not in some way, shape or form has some sort in doing some sort of creative, artistic craft, so yeah, so do use your fantasizing, and you probably do, because many times they do use their fantasies or their, the messages that they get in their writing. If they're poets, they might use it in their poetry, their short stories, I know I do, and I believe many authors with this placement do as well. But do that, yeah. And also, the whole maladaptive daydreaming that I mentioned, look this up if you don't know what it is. It is a Mercury in the 12th house thing, I agree, because they are attached to the fantasies. You have to understand, it can only, like, if it gets clinical, it only gets because they're attached to their fantasies. But you gotta understand something. Their fantasies many times is what saves them. just like the prophetic dreams. It saves them, you know. But like I said, addictions, it is the house of the placement of addictions as well. So for some people, like just like substances, it can go to that way of a clinical disorder, if you will. But you know, for many it will just be a form of comfort and a method that they use in their creative outlet, you know. And also, all you gotta do is realize whether it's, you know, whether it's which, you know, whether it's one of the two. So yeah, so with all that being said, leave your feedback down below, hit the like button, subscribe, and do a reading for me, okay? I mean, with me. I have a video, I do both private videos and video chats when you can ask me questions during the reading. One-on-one. I have a sale going on, 50% off. You can get it for $10. It's 2 hours. It's 1 to 2 hours for virtual synchronicity, if I mentioned. So you can have a whole hour and more with a live session with me that I'm doing reading for you. You can ask me questions and get it for just $10, which is literally nothing, you guys. This service is pretty cheap compared to other ones. So, you know, I think it's a pretty good deal. And, you know, do email me for that reading for the session. I have my email down below and ways to 2 links that you can make a payment as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.